8 ways to kill the Wolverine. Throw the Hulk against him. Speaking of the Hulk, his fights with the Wolverine have been a part of Wolverine's story since the character was created. In fact, Wolverine was meant to be a villain for the big green giant. In his introductory comic, Hulk was eventually able to knock Wolverine out with a mighty punch. As mentioned above, the Ultimate Comics universe has shown that a sufficiently pissed off Hulk can rip Wolverine in half. And in one of Marvel's classic What If comics, the Hulk is able to break Wolverine's neck and kill him with a mighty blow before his healing factor is able to help him. Virus from the Microverse. Another on the list of more implausible ways of kill Wolverine involves getting him really sick. In the mainstreamed Marvel continuity, Wolverine ended up being infected by an intelligent virus from a place called the Microverse. It essentially turned off his healing factor, and just like that, he was vulnerable to injury and death. His body was examined by some of the finest minds in Marvel, including Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. However, they were unable to find a way to reverse the virus or restore Wolverine's healing factor, and he decided to spend his final days getting some closure. Use the Infinity Gauntlet. Another way to defeat Wolverine is to use something that can defeat pretty much anyone, the Infinity Gauntlet. In the Marvel Comics universe, just as in the cinematic universe, Thanos is obsessed with obtaining this all-powerful bauble. Once he wielded the universe's most dangerous fashion accessory, his powers were only limited by his imagination, and he ended up defeating Wolverine in a rather creatively bizarre way. Cut him with the Murama blade. Wolverine's had countless wacky adventures from one side of the world to another. During one of these jaunts, he acquired an artifact known as Murama's Blade, a sword created especially for Wolverine, and like Wolverine, it has the ability to cut through almost anything on Earth. It also possesses a property that has been useful to Wolverine but also poses quite the danger to him. It mostly negates healing factors. Drowning. While it would take a certain measure of strength to contain him in water long enough, drowning would definitely kill Wolverine, and some of his rivals have considered it. In a memorable issue of Ultimate X-Men, Sabretooth tries to down Wolverine while talking about how his healing factor does not really have a way of fixing a suffocated brain, meaning that even if Wolverine's body were to somehow survive, the man left behind would be brain dead. Rip his heart out. Another way to kill Wolverine is to rip out his heart, though that is certainly easier said than done. This was established in the somewhat infamous Uncanny X-Men Annual number 11. In this issue, Wolverine and the rest of the X-Men tussle with one of the lesser-known X-Men villains, a weird alien named Horde, who forced the X-Men to fight through weird visions that represent their inner fantasies. When Wolverine is able to resist, Horde simply tears Wolverine's heart out as a grisly trophy, killing him. Get him to sacrifice himself. One of the more outside-the-box ways of defeating Wolverine comes from relying on his willingness to sacrifice himself to save others. This was demonstrated years ago in the Fall of Mutants storyline, which involved the X-Men quickly getting way out of their element as they fought chaotic mystical enemies, including the one known simply as the Adversary. It turned out this villain was unleashed by the Mutant Forge when he used magic he did not understand, and it ended up killing 9 of his friends.
Extreme Incineration. The plot of Days of Future Past is similar to the movie adaptation, showing readers a dystopian future filled with Sentinels, all caused by an assassination led by Mystique. However, unlike the later movie, the comic features an older Kitty Pryde transporting into her younger body rather than Wolverine, meaning that the Claude Canuck is free to have his own weird misadventures in the bleak future.